Hi, Dublin and Blarney. Are you famous yet? Do you have your own Instagram page? Not yet. Okay, just a few more minutes. Okay, so January 2022, unbelievable. The foot of the month is the number 18 foot. So this is 25% off this month. This is a sew-on button foot. And I love this foot. And if you hate sewing on buttons, and if you're doing them by hand, you should get this foot. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my buttonhole selection. So wherever that is on your machine, it looks like a buttonhole. That's mine right there. I'm going to move down to number 60 on mine, and it looks like a button. So just select that. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my number 97D. I'm going to go to my foot selection, and I'm going to tell it that I have number 18. So I just push that, push 1-8. There it is. I'm going to hit it. And now my machine is showing number 18. So that's exactly what my foot looks like. This will default to 4.0 in stitch width, and most buttons, that is what you need. So these buttons, this button, like they're all really that size. So normally you wouldn't have to change that. There's a few buttons, so I found a bigger one. So that one I can sew on, and even this tiny one I can do. So I can change the stitch width. There is a size that it won't go down below 3, I believe. So I put my foot on. It's got these nice rubber grips. And the other nice thing about this foot too is if you're sewing it on just for decorative, like a button on a quilt, we want to keep that really tight. But if it's a bigger button on, let's say, a wool coat, we can actually turn this and we can lift this right up and then tighten it. And then see how that's lifted up? That's going to allow, when it sews, for the button to be looser to go through that bigger thickness of a buttonhole. Really neat, eh? So for this sake, we're just going to keep it down low, but that can be adjusted. Okay, so I'm going to take my button right here. We'll just start with the pink one. This is where I really like my knee lift, because I can just line that up, right? So I'm going to mark it right there. Okay, so if I'm not quite lined up, there we go. Now I'm going to press my presser foot down, and once it's down and starts, it's going to do a securing stitch at the beginning, and then it's going to do one at the end, and then stop. So I don't have to stop. So don't stop. It will automatically stop. So I'm just going to go, and there's the securing right there, and then it goes, and then now it's going to stop on its own. So automatically stopped. I can cut my thread with that. And then I'm just going to pull this off. Ta-da! Done. I can just clip my thread there. Okay. And then, let's see. Let's just do another one. So this one, if I want to do both sides, I can even do like a triangle, like in the middle, because they're equal distance here. So I'm just going to line, see how nice it is to use my knee lift there. And then I'm just going to sew. Okay, I'm going to cut my thread. And then I'm going to pull that off. And then I can do this one here. Okay, so I'm going to just do that. And cut my thread. Okay, so did both there. Now let's do a bigger one here, just to show you. So this bigger one, it's gonna be, so I'm gonna lay my foot there and see how it's just, I actually want it to go, it's just gonna be catching the outside edge. So I'm actually gonna make this wider. So I'm just gonna take, there we go. Now you can see that it won't go any wider than 5.5. And because it knows what's foot on, it just won't allow me. So you can see I'm just gonna catch that side and that side. And probably when I'm using a bigger button like this, I would actually loosen it because it's a bigger button, probably a bigger fabric, thicker fabric. Okay. Ta-da! Move that in the light there. I'll put that. Okay. Now, how about a tiny, tiny one? Let's go to that one. So, this is super tiny. We're just gonna do... So most buttons are just fine, but there are a few that are a little different. So I'm gonna go smaller. And see, I can't go, see how it's red? It won't. So I want to bring it, that's the smallest I'm gonna go. Line that up. So it's just catching it. But it caught it. Nice, eh? And then pull that off. There we go. From big to small to, yeah. So, number 18 foot, 25% off, January 2022. And Happy New Year, everybody.